Enjoy a narrated virtual tour of civilian rotary wing aircraft exhibited in the Smithsonian's Air and Space Museum's Udvar-Hazy Center. The museum is in Chantilly, Virginia, outside of Washington, D.C., is free to visit, but there is a $15 parking fee. Bell Aircraft Corporation's Model 30 was a demonstration prototype for the anticipated post-World War II private helicopter market. Its innovative design feature incorporated a stabilizer bar on the rotor mast perpendicular to the rotor blades, resulting in improved stability. The Model 30 led to the Model 47 that remained in service longer than any other helicopter type. The PV Engineering Forum's PV2 was designed as a small single-seat demonstrator, either as the basis for a production aircraft or to generate contracts for other models. A PV2 demonstration led to Frank Piasecki approaching the Navy with a proposal for a prototype tandem rotor helicopter that could serve as the basis for a larger rescue and anti-submarine warfare helicopter. Piasecki Helicopter became the prime supplier of large transport helicopters for several decades, eventually becoming Boeing Vertol. The Heller H-44 differed from other helicopters because it employed two rotors, one stacked above the other on a single mast, and they turned in opposite directions, eliminating the torque caused by using a single rotor. Not needing a tail boom, tail rotor, and transmission resulted in considerable weight savings and reduced drag. This design established Heller Helicopters as a capable competitor in the emerging helicopter market. Bell's two-seat Model 47B was the first commercial evolution of the pioneering Model 30 and was the first civilian helicopter to be certified by the U.S. Civil Aeronautics Authority. The U.S. Army adopted it as the H-13 Sioux, and it served a variety of roles during the Korean War. It went on to be a highly successful commercial model, with some logging over 5 decades of service. The first Command K-225s were leased for crop dusting with excellent results. However, the helicopter was more costly to operate than planes, so its future was looking dim. In response to a Navy challenge, the K-225's power plant was changed from a piston engine to a turbine engine, resulting in much better performance. Its more effective turbine-driven transmission became an essential component in most modern helicopters. Benson envisioned the gyroglider as a means for high school-age boys to experience the thrill of aviation without significant cost, and the simple design of the B-6 allowed for easy disassembly during transportation or storage. A tow vehicle with 300 feet of tow rope allowed the B-6 to reach a maximum altitude of 150 feet for gliding, and a release mechanism could jettison the rope, initiating an auto-rotative glide. The Benson B-8M was one of the most popular home-built aircraft of the 20th century. Airflow caused by the forward motion of the gyrocopter caused the unpowered blades to auto-rotate and generate lift. Unlike a helicopter, the gyrocopter cannot hover or take off vertically, but it can make nearly vertical descents. The Rotary Scorpion home-built helicopter was a highly successful kit that began production in 1968. Initially, the Scorpion was sold as a single-seat model, but the Scorpion 2 model with an extra passenger seat became much more popular. The Model 206L-1 Long Ranger II introduced Bell's revolutionary new Notomatic suspension system for the transmission and stretched the Jet Ranger's fuselage 26 inches. The Notomatic system greatly reduced the heavy vibration endemic to the two-bladed rotor system. The additional space left room for a third side window, the most recognizable visual feature of the Long Ranger. The Spirit of Texas is the first helicopter to fly around the world, completing the voyage in 29 days, 3 hours, and 8 minutes. The Robinson R-22's low acquisition and operating cost reduced the financial barriers to helicopter training and private helicopter ownership, resulting in it becoming one of the most popular training helicopters from the 1980s on. This is the first production R-22 built and is the oldest surviving example of this type. The Robinson R-44 Astro bucked the light utility class helicopter's turbine engine trend by utilizing a low-cost piston engine combined with a simple teetering rotor system, significantly lowering acquisition and operating costs without substantial performance reductions. Jennifer Murray flew this aircraft, the G. Murray, around the world 2 times. During the first flight, she became the first person and the first woman to pilot a piston-powered helicopter around the world, then became the first woman to solo around the world with the second flight. Sikorsky's X-2 technology demonstrator achieved a level flight speed of 288 miles per hour, a 15% improvement on the conventional helicopter speed record, earning the Collier Trophy. The X-2 solved the retreating blade stall problem inherent when using a single rotor by using coaxial rotors stacked one above the other. Coaxial rotor blades encounter retreating blade stall simultaneously, counteracting one another. I hope you enjoyed this narrated virtual tour of civilian rotary wing aircraft displayed in the National Air and Space Museum. If you would like to tour other aircraft in this series, you will find convenient links in the description section below this video. Here are YouTube suggested links on similar topics that you may enjoy viewing.